Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Talk English Now. I'm Sarah, and today we are going to focus on improving your English listening skills through everyday English listening practice. We'll train your ears to understand English in a natural and relaxed way, using short stories, real-life situations, and gentle shadowing exercises. This will help you build confidence, understand English faster, and speak more clearly and naturally in everyday conversations. Before we start, I just want to let you know that we upload daily English learning videos every single day, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you never miss a chance to grow your English. Let's begin by relaxing your mind for a moment. Often, when we listen to English, we don't realize that our mind becomes tense. We try too hard to translate each word, to catch every detail, and we end up feeling frustrated. But today, I want you to let English flow to you. You do not need to catch every word. You do not need to understand everything the first time. Your brain learns slowly, naturally, like a child listening to a story. So take a deep breath with me, in and out. And let's just listen. Imagine you are walking down a quiet street on a sunny morning. The weather is warm, and the air is fresh. You decide to stop at your favorite small cafe. The smell of coffee welcomes you. The cafe is not crowded. A few people are reading, a few are talking softly. You walk to the counter and smile. Now I'll tell the short story slowly. Just listen. Do not repeat yet. I walk into the cafe. The barista smiles at me and says, "Good morning. What can I get for you today?" I look at the menu for a moment and say, "I'll have a cappuccino, please." The barista nods and asks, "Would you like it hot or iced?" I think for a second and reply, "Hot, please." The barista says, "Great. It will be ready in just a moment." I take a seat by the window and watch people outside as I wait. Just listen to the rhythm, the tone, the sound. Notice how everyday English feels simple and calm when you don't force yourself to translate. Your brain is absorbing patterns automatically. Now, let's repeat the same story, but this time with a little faster, more natural speech. I still want you to just listen. I walk into the cafe. The barista smiles and says, "Good morning. What can I get for you today?" I look at the menu and say, "I'll have a cappuccino, please." The barista asks, "Hot or iced?" I answer, "Hot, please." The barista says, "Great. It'll be ready in a moment." I take a seat by the window and watch people outside while I wait. Did you notice how it flows a bit faster? This is how English sounds in daily life. You don't need to catch every word. Your brain is slowly adjusting to the new speed. Now, let's try shadowing. Shadowing means repeating after the speaker. Don't try to be perfect. Just try to match the rhythm, the melody of the sentence. I will say a line, then pause for you to repeat. Ready? I walk into the cafe. The barista smiles and says, "Good morning." I say, "I'll have a cappuccino, please." I sit by the window and wait. Good. Shadowing helps you train your mouth, ears, and brain to work together. You're not only listening, you are feeling the language. The more you do this, the more natural English becomes. Now, before we continue, I want to give you a friendly reminder. If you're enjoying this lesson, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more daily English practice. Your support helps us continue creating helpful lessons for you every day. Let's continue. Listening is not only about understanding words, it is about understanding the context, the situation, the feeling. When we listen to people speak English, we are not only decoding vocabulary, we are sensing the intention. Think about how you understand your native language. When someone speaks to you, you do not analyze every sentence, you simply understand. Our goal is to make English feel the same way. So here is another short everyday scene. Listen slowly again. I am at the bus stop. The bus will arrive in 5 minutes. There are a few other people waiting. One person is listening to music. Another is reading a book. A bus approaches, but it's not my bus. I continue waiting. Finally, my bus arrives. I step on and find a seat near the back. I look out the window as the city passes by. Now, the same story, a bit faster. I'm at the bus stop. The bus will arrive in about 5 minutes. A few people are waiting. One is listening to music. Another is reading a book. A bus comes, but it's not mine. I wait a little longer. Finally, my bus arrives. I get on and find a seat near the back. I look out the window and watch the city go by. Now shadowing again. Repeat after me. I'm at the bus stop. I wait for the bus. I get on and find a seat. I look out the window. This simple practice, slow listening, natural listening, and shadowing builds real fluency. It trains your ears to understand English even when it's spoken quickly. It trains your mouth to produce English sounds smoothly. And most importantly, it trains your mind to relax and trust itself. You don't need to memorize lists. You don't need to speak perfectly. You simply need to listen every day. A little bit. And speak every day a little bit. Consistency is stronger than effort. Calm, daily practice is stronger than stress. You are doing well already by being here, listening with me. Before we continue with new practice, take one more deep breath. Listening is not only a skill of the ears, it is a skill of presence. When your body is relaxed, your brain is more open to learning. So breathe in slowly and breathe out gently. Let your shoulders relax. Let your mind soften. You are here to grow, and growth happens one small, gentle step at a time. Now we will continue with another everyday English situation. This time, imagine you are at a small grocery store. The place is calm. You pick up a basket and walk slowly through the aisles. You need just a few items, some bread, some fruit, and maybe a drink. Let's listen to the story slowly first. Just listen. No need to repeat yet. I walk into the store with a small basket in my hand. I look around and see fresh fruit on one side, bread and pastries on another. I take a moment to choose some apples. I place them gently in my basket. Then I walk to the bread section. The smell of fresh, warm bread fills the air. I take one loaf of bread and place it in my basket. After that, I go to the drink section and choose a bottle of water. I walk to the cashier. The cashier smiles and says, "Hello, did you find everything okay?" I smile back and say, "Yes, thank you." The cashier scans the items and tells me the price. I pay, take my things, thank the cashier again, and walk out. Just let the story sit in your mind. You may picture it clearly, or maybe only parts. Both are fine. English does not need to be controlled. You do not need to force anything. Simply listening is already building your listening muscles. Now, I'll tell the same story again, but at a more natural, everyday speed. I walk into the store with a small basket. I look around and see fruit on one side and bread on the other. I pick some apples and put them in my basket. Then I go to the bread section and choose a loaf of fresh bread. I also grab a bottle of water. I walk to the cashier. The cashier smiles and asks, "Did you find everything okay?" I say, "Yes, thank you." The cashier scans my items and tells me the total. I pay, thank them, and leave the store. You may notice that when the speed increases, your brain tries to focus harder. But do not force it. Let your brain absorb what it can. Understanding grows through repeated exposure, not effort. Now we will do shadowing. Repeat after me. I'll speak slowly first. I walk into the store. I choose some apples. I pick up a loaf of bread. I pay at the cashier. Now again a bit faster, more natural. I walk into the store. I choose some apples. I pick up a loaf of bread. I pay at the cashier. Good. Do not worry if your pronunciation is not perfect. The goal is flow, not perfection. When your speech flows, your confidence grows naturally. Fluency begins not with accuracy, but with comfort. Now let's explore another scene. This time, imagine you are at work, speaking to a coworker. Listening at work can sometimes feel stressful, especially when we are worried about understanding everything. But you are practicing now, so there is no pressure. Just listen. I arrive at the office and see my coworker at their desk. They look up and smile. I say, "Good morning, how are you?" They say, "I'm good, thanks. How about you?" I reply, "I'm doing well." We talk briefly about the tasks for the day. Then we both begin our work. The office is quiet. I hear the sound of typing and printers. I focus on my tasks and take small breaks to stretch and breathe. Now again, a bit faster, more natural. I get to the office and see my coworker. I say, "Good morning, how are you?" They say they're good and ask how I am. I tell them I'm doing well. We talk about our tasks for the day, then we start working. The office is quiet. I hear typing and printers. I focus and work calmly. Now shadowing. Repeat after me. I arrive at the office. I say good morning. We talk about our tasks. I work quietly and calmly. Take a moment to notice how your mouth feels when speaking. Your mouth is learning new movements. This is physical learning. When you speak English, your mouth is like a dancer learning new steps. It needs repetition. Gentle practice. You are training your muscles, not just your mind. And you're doing this beautifully. Listening to short stories and everyday dialogue is one of the most effective ways to train your ears. This is because everyday situations repeat the same sentence patterns again and again. For example, I'll have, or can I get? Or did you find everything okay? When you hear these patterns often, they become natural, familiar, comfortable, and once something becomes familiar, your brain stops struggling and begins to relax. That is when real listening happens. Now imagine this scene. You are riding the bus again, but this time, instead of watching outside, you listen to the sounds around you. Someone is talking on the phone. Someone is tapping their foot. The bus engine hums softly. A child laughs somewhere in the background. Real English is not just words. It is sound, rhythm, tone, emotion, and movement. When you train your ears to hear all of this, understanding becomes easier. Let's do a simple listening practice. I will say a sentence. I want you to listen first. Then repeat. I sit on the bus and look out the window. I hear the sounds of the city around me. I feel calm and relaxed as I ride. Now again, just listening, no repeating. I sit on the bus and look out the window. I hear the sounds of the city around me. I feel calm and relaxed as I ride. Listening with calm attention is one of the strongest learning tools you have. You don't need flashcards right now. You don't need grammar charts in front of you. You just need presence and breath. Remember, you are not learning English by force. You are absorbing English by experience. Before we move into the next practice, let your mind settle for a moment. You are doing a wonderful job. Learning a language is not just about remembering words or grammar. It is about developing calmness, patience, and trust in yourself. You are training your ears to hear English differently, and that takes time and gentle repetition. So take a small breath and let yourself feel proud of being here, practicing step by step. Now, we will continue with another everyday story. This one happens at a small coffee shop again, but this time we will add a conversation that feels a little more natural, a little more connected. Listen carefully and notice how simple the language is. You don't need big words to communicate meaning. You need clarity and rhythm. It's a quiet afternoon. I walk into the cafe and look around. I see a friend sitting at a table near the window. I smile and wave. They smile back and wave me over. I walk to the table and sit down. My friend says, "Hey, it's been a while. How have you been?" I reply, "I've been good. Just busy with work. What about you?" They say, "Same here. I've been working a lot too. It's nice to relax for a bit." I nod and smile. We order some drinks and talk about our day. Just listen to the tone and flow. The meaning is simple, but the emotional connection makes it feel real. When English feels real, listening becomes easier. Now I'll tell the same story again, but at a more natural pace, as if two real people are talking. It's a quiet afternoon. I walk into the cafe and see my friends sitting by the window. I wave and they wave me over. I sit down. They say, "Hey, it's been a while. How have you been?" I say, "I'm good, just busy with work. How about you?" They say they've been working a lot too and that it feels good to take a break. We order drinks and talk about our day. Now let's shadow. I'll speak in short lines. Repeat after me. I walk into the cafe. I see my friend by the window. We talk about our week. We relax and enjoy our time. Good. Let your speech flow. Do not force your voice. Let it be soft and smooth. Remember, fluency is not speed. Fluency is comfort. Next, let's try a small listening challenge. I'll speak a short section at a natural speed. Just listen. Do not repeat yet. I wake up early in the morning. The sunlight is gentle. I stretch my arms and take a deep breath. I get out of bed and walk to the kitchen. I make myself a cup of tea. I take a slow sip and enjoy the quiet moment before the day begins. Now let's shadow it slowly. I wake up early in the morning. I stretch my arms. I make myself a cup of tea. I enjoy the quiet moment. Now again, a bit more natural but still controlled. I wake up early in the morning. I stretch my arms. I make myself a cup of tea. I enjoy the quiet moment. This scene might seem very simple, but simplicity is your greatest advantage. When you practice with simple sentences, you build a strong base. When your base is strong, understanding fast or more complex English becomes easier. Let's continue with a new everyday scene. This one takes place at a bus stop again, but now someone asks you a question. Listening in real life often means responding quickly, even when we feel unsure. So let's practice. I'm waiting at the bus stop. A person next to me turns and asks, "Excuse me, do you know what time the next bus comes?" I think for a moment and answer, "I believe it comes in about 5 minutes." The person smiles and says, "Thank you." I smile back and say, "No problem." We both continue waiting quietly, watching the street. Just listen to that calm exchange. This is real English. Clear, simple, friendly. Most daily English is not complicated. It is gentle and short. Now, shadowing. I'm waiting at the bus stop. Someone asks me a question. I answer politely. We wait quietly together. Now let's bring your listening to the next level. I will say a short paragraph at a slightly faster, natural speed. Just listen. No repeating yet. I'm sitting on the bus. The city moves outside the window. I see people walking, cars passing, and buildings standing tall. I listen to the gentle hum of the engine. I feel calm. I am just here, watching and listening. Relax your mind. Listen without pressure. Listening improves when you stop trying to catch every word. Your brain learns naturally when you allow it to. Now shadow slowly. I'm sitting on the bus. I see the city outside the window. I listen to the sound of the engine. I feel calm and present. Now listen again at a natural pace. I'm sitting on the bus. I see the city outside the window. I listen to the sound of the engine. I feel calm and present. Take a breath. Notice how your body feels. You are not just learning English. You are learning how to experience English. You are learning to be with the language instead of fighting it. When you stop fighting, your listening becomes clearer. Your responses become more natural. Your voice becomes more confident. Now imagine you are walking into a bookstore. It is quiet and peaceful. Books line the shelves. People browse softly without rushing. You walk slowly along the aisles, reading titles, touching covers, feeling curiosity. Listening to English can feel like walking in a bookstore. You discover meaning one page at a time. There is no hurry. There is no pressure. Just gentle exploration. Listening practice is a journey, not a test. And you are already walking that journey with patience and courage. Let's continue our journey of listening with calm attention. You are learning to understand English the same way you learned your first language, by hearing it in real situations. This kind of learning is gentle, slow, and powerful. You don't need to force anything. You simply allow the language to settle inside you through repeated experience. So once again, take a slow breath, and let's move forward together. Imagine now that you are walking through a park. The air is cool and the sky is soft blue. You hear birds singing, leaves moving gently in the wind, and distant voices of people chatting. The environment is peaceful. Listening to English can feel like this: quiet, relaxed, full of small sounds and natural movement. Listen to this description slowly first. I walk along a path in the park. The trees are tall and green. The sunlight passes through the leaves and makes soft patterns on the ground. I hear birds singing high in the branches. I listen to children laughing as they play in the distance. I feel calm, relaxed, and present. I take a deep breath and continue walking slowly. Now, listen again at a natural pace, just like someone telling you the story in conversation. I walk along a path in the park. The trees are tall and green. Sunlight comes through the leaves and makes patterns on the ground. I hear birds singing and children laughing in the distance. I feel calm and relaxed as I walk. Now shadowing. Repeat after me. I walk along the path. The trees are tall and green. I feel calm and relaxed. I continue walking slowly. You are doing great. Notice how we repeat the same sentence pattern in different scenes. This is how your brain learns naturally. Patterns become familiar. Familiar patterns become automatic. Automatic patterns become fluency. Now let's move to a real-life conversation style. This scene takes place at a small bookstore. You approach the counter to ask for help. Listen slowly first. I walk up to the counter and say, "Excuse me, do you have any books on travel?" The person at the counter smiles and says, "Yes, of course. They're on the shelf near the back. I can show you if you like." I smile and say, "Yes, please, that would be great." They walk with me to the shelf and show me several books. I say, "Thank you so much." They smile and say, "You're welcome. Let me know if you need anything else." Now, again, at a natural pace, I walk up to the counter and ask if they have books on travel. The staff member smiles and says they're on the shelf in the back and offers to show me. I say yes and follow them. They show me the section. I thank them and they say I'm welcome and to ask if I need more help. Now, shadowing. I walk up to the counter. "Excuse me, do you have books on travel? Can you show me where they are?" "Thank you so much." Good. Shadowing helps you build the rhythm of real speech. It makes your mouth familiar with the movement of English. Over time, it becomes natural. Now we will try something new. I am going to tell a short story with a bit more detail. First, you will listen only. No repeating. Today, I decided to go for a long walk in the evening. The weather was warm, but not too hot. I wore comfortable shoes and listened to music while I walked. I passed small shops, houses, and people sitting outside chatting. I felt peaceful. As I walked, I noticed how beautiful the sky looked. The sun was going down, and the sky was painted with soft colors like pink, orange, and purple. I stopped for a moment just to enjoy the view. Then I continued walking slowly, enjoying the simple moment of being alive. Just let the feeling of the story wash through you. Listening is not about catching every word. It's about being with the sound. Now, slower shadowing. I go for a walk in the evening. The weather is warm. I listen to music as I walk. I enjoy the colors of the sky. I feel calm and peaceful. Now, natural speed shadowing. I go for a walk in the evening. I listen to music as I walk. I enjoy the colors of the sky. Good. Allow your voice to flow as softly as the language. Do not push. Do not force. Just let the sentences move gently out of your mouth. Now, we will do a listening focus exercise. This helps train your ears to connect meaning with sound. I will describe different small sounds you might hear in daily life. Just listen. Don't repeat yet. The sound of a kettle boiling, the sound of pages turning in a book, the sound of footsteps on a wooden floor, the sound of a gentle breeze moving through leaves, the sound of quiet talking in the distance, the sound of laughter, the sound of water running from a tap. Now slowly shadow, the sound of a kettle boiling, the sound of pages turning, the sound of footsteps, the sound of a gentle breeze, the sound of quiet talking, the sound of laughter, the sound of water running, This exercise helps your brain connect English words to physical sensations. When your senses connect to language, understanding becomes natural, not forced. Now imagine you are sitting quietly at home. You are not studying. You are simply being. And English is simply present in your awareness. This is the state where listening becomes easiest, calm, open, unhurried. I sit in my room, drinking a warm cup of tea. The room is quiet. I look out the window at the sky. Clouds move slowly. Time feels gentle. I take a slow breath. I feel peaceful. I am here. I am learning. I am growing. Now shadow that slowly. I sit in my room. The room is quiet. I drink a warm cup of tea. I feel peaceful. You are doing wonderfully. Learning English is not a race. There is no finish line. There is only presence and practice. And you are practicing beautifully. Let your mind settle into the rhythm of the language. By now you've listened to multiple scenes, repeated sentences slowly and naturally, and allowed English to flow without pressure. This is exactly how your listening grows stronger, not by forcing yourself to memorize, but by gently exposing yourself to real, meaningful language. So before we move on, take one more slow breath, in and out, and let your body relax. Now, imagine that you are getting ready in the morning. This is a familiar routine in any language, which makes it an excellent way to train your ears. Listen to the scene slowly first. I wake up and stretch my arms. I sit up in bed and rub my eyes. The room is quiet. I get up and walk to the bathroom. I wash my face with cool water. I brush my teeth slowly, the minty taste waking me up. I look at myself in the mirror and smile softly. A new day is beginning. You may recognize many of these words already. But listening is not about knowing the words. It is about sensing the rhythm, the natural movement of the language. Let's hear it again at a more natural pace. I wake up and stretch. I sit up and rub my eyes. Then I go to the bathroom, wash my face with cool water, and brush my teeth. I look in the mirror and smile. It feels like a fresh start to the day. Now repeat through shadowing. I wake up and stretch. I wash my face with cool water. I brush my teeth slowly. I smile at my reflection. You are learning the music of English. Every language has its own melody, and your ears are learning to recognize it. Let's continue this morning scene with a bit more detail. Just listen first. I walk to the kitchen and make breakfast. I toast a piece of bread and spread butter on it. I cut a piece of fruit. I make a warm drink, maybe tea or coffee. I sit at the table and enjoy my breakfast slowly. I listen to the quiet morning sounds. I feel grateful for this moment. Now at a natural pace. I go to the kitchen and make breakfast. I toast some bread, cut some fruit, and make a warm drink. I sit at the table and enjoy my food while the morning stays calm and quiet. I feel grateful for a new day. Now shadow. I make breakfast in the kitchen. I sit at the table and eat slowly. I listen to the quiet morning. I feel grateful for a new day. Good. You might notice that each scene uses simple words. This is intentional. Simple language trains your ears to recognize everyday English quickly and naturally. When you become comfortable with simple English, everything else becomes easier. Now let's move into a new listening scene. This time you are traveling on a train. Listen slowly first. I sit on the train and look out the window. The view is wide and open. I see fields, trees, and quiet roads. The train moves smoothly along the tracks. I hear the gentle sound of wheels rolling. I rest my head against the seat and feel calm. Now a bit faster. I sit on the train and look outside. I see fields, trees, and quiet roads. The train moves smoothly and I hear the soft sound of the wheels. I relax and feel calm. Shadowing now. I sit on the train. I look out the window. The train moves smoothly. I feel calm and relaxed. Very good. The more your ears practice hearing and repeating these simple sentences, the more natural English becomes. Now let's introduce a short conversation on the train. Just listen. A person sits next to me. They smile and say, "Nice day, isn't it?" I smile and say, "Yes, it really is." We talk about the weather for a moment. Then we sit quietly again, enjoying the ride. Now at a natural conversational pace. A person sits next to me and smiles, saying, "Nice day, isn't it?" I smile back and say, "Yes, it really is." We talk a little about the weather, and then we sit quietly and enjoy the ride. Shadowing slowly. "Nice day, isn't it?" "Yes, it really is." We sit quietly and enjoy the ride. Notice how natural communication does not require complex grammar. Real English is simple, warm, and human. Now, take a breath again. Listening practice is not only about understanding English, it is also about understanding yourself, your patience, your calm, your ability to stay with something gently. You are doing beautifully. Now imagine yourself at home again. It's evening now. The room is softly lit. You feel more relaxed. This is an excellent moment to listen. I sit on my couch and rest. I take a slow sip of a warm drink. The room feels peaceful. I take a deep breath and let my body relax. I think about my day. I feel grateful for the small moments of calm. Now shadow. I sit on my couch and rest. I take a slow sip of a warm drink. I feel peaceful and calm. I am grateful for this moment. Let's add one more everyday scene. Imagine you are speaking to a friend on a phone call. Listen first. I call my friend in the evening. They answer and say, "Hello, how are you?" I smile, even though they cannot see me, and say, "I'm good, how are you?" They say, "I'm doing okay, just resting after a long day." We talk for a while about our day, and we laugh softly together. The conversation is simple, warm, and kind. Now, natural pace. I call my friend. They say hello and ask how I am. I say I'm good and ask how they are. They say they're resting after a long day. We talk and laugh a little. It feels good to connect. Shadowing. I call my friend. "Hello, how are you?" "I'm good, how are you?" We talk and laugh together. You are forming emotional connection through language. That is what real English communication is. Listening practice is not about understanding every word. It is about feeling the message. You are listening with your ears. You are repeating with your voice. You are learning with your heart. You are doing great. Take a moment to notice how your body feels. Right now, your breathing, your shoulders, the muscles in your face. When we learn a language calmly, we allow our brain to receive the sounds naturally. You are not forcing English into your mind. You are letting English enter softly, like sunlight through an open window. This is the most powerful way to learn. Now, let's continue with another everyday story. Imagine you are going to a small bakery in your neighborhood. The air smells warm and sweet. The door opens with a gentle sound. Inside, the light is soft and people speak quietly. Listen to the scene slowly first. I walk into the bakery. The smell of fresh bread fills the air. I look at the shelves filled with warm pastries. The baker smiles at me and says, "Good morning." I smile back and say, "Good morning." I look at the pastries and choose a small croissant. The baker wraps it in a paper bag and hands it to me. I say, "Thank you." The baker replies, "You're welcome. Have a great day." I walk out of the bakery, enjoying the warm, flaky pastry as I walk down the street. Now listen again at a natural, conversational speed. I walk into the bakery and smell fresh bread. The baker smiles and says, "Good morning." I smile back and choose a croissant. The baker wraps it for me. I thank them and step outside, enjoying the warm pastry as I walk. Now shadowing. Repeat slowly after me. I walk into the bakery. I choose a croissant. I say thank you. I enjoy the warm pastry. Good. Let the words flow. Don't try to be perfect. Just be natural. Now, we'll add a short conversation to build your listening confidence. Listen first. The baker asks me, "Would you like anything to drink with that?" I think for a moment and say, "Yes, I'll have a small coffee, please." The baker nods and begins to prepare it. I wait patiently. The cafe is quiet. When the coffee is ready, the baker hands it to me. I say, "Thanks again." The baker smiles and says, "Have a wonderful day." Now, a bit faster. The baker asks if I want something to drink. I say I'd like a small coffee. The baker makes it and gives it to me. I thank them and leave with a warm drink in my hands. Shadowing now. Would you like anything to drink? Yes, I'll have a small coffee. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. You are doing beautifully. You are training your ear to hear English rhythm, sound, and natural patterns. This is how native speakers learned growing up, through repeated experiences, not through memorizing rules. Now let's change the setting. Imagine you are at the library. The library is a perfect place to listen because it is quiet, calm, and full of gentle sounds. Listen slowly first. I walk into the library. The air is cool and quiet. People are reading silently. I walk softly between the shelves looking at the book titles. I pick up a book and hold it. In my hands, the pages feel smooth. I find a place to sit by a window and begin reading slowly. Listen again a bit faster. I enter the library and walk quietly between the shelves. I choose a book and sit by the window to read peacefully. Now shadowing. I walk into the library. I choose a book. I sit by the window. I read quietly. Now let's add a friendly interaction. Listen first. A librarian walks by and asks, "Are you finding everything okay?" I smile and say, "Yes, thank you." The librarian nods and continues walking. I return to my reading. Now natural pace. A librarian asks if I'm finding everything okay. I say yes. Then I go back to reading. Shadowing. Are you finding everything okay? Yes, thank you. I return to my reading. Very good. Listening is not just about understanding words. Listening is about understanding the situation, the tone, the emotion. You are learning to listen like a native speaker. You are learning to catch meaning even when you don't understand every single word. Now, let's continue with a short storytelling scene that will help you deepen your ear training. Listen only. Do not repeat yet. This afternoon, I took a quiet walk near a lake. The water was still and calm. The sky was wide, and clouds moved slowly above. I could hear ducks in the distance and the soft sound of water touching the shore. I sat down on a bench and watched the gentle ripples on the lake. I felt peaceful and grateful just to be there, breathing in the open air. Now shadow slowly. I walk near the lake. The water is calm. I listen to the quiet sounds. I feel peaceful and grateful. Good, now again at a natural rhythm. I walk near the lake. The water is calm. I feel peaceful and grateful. You are allowing English to enter your mind through relaxation. This is real learning. Now let's practice understanding meaning through tone. I'll say a simple sentence with different emotional tones. Just listen and notice the feeling. I'm okay. Calm. I'm okay. Tired. I'm okay. Happy. I'm okay. Uncertain. Even though the words are the same, the feeling changes. Listening is not just hearing words. Listening means hearing emotion. Now shadow with calm tone. I'm okay. Now with soft, happy tone. I'm okay. Now with gentle, tired tone. I'm okay. Beautiful. Your ears are learning not only language but expression. Now imagine you are sitting outside in the evening. The light is soft. The day is ending. I sit outside in the evening. The air feels cool. The sky slowly becomes dark. I take a deep breath and relax. I feel calm. I feel present. I feel peaceful. Shadowing slowly. I sit outside in the evening. I take a deep breath. I feel calm and present. I feel peaceful. You are learning deeply, gently, and naturally. Before we begin this next part, take a gentle breath and allow your body to relax. You have already done a lot of listening and shadowing, and your brain is absorbing more English than you realize. Even if you don't feel the progress in every moment, the improvement is happening. Listening growth is like the slow opening of a flower. Quiet, gradual, beautiful. You are doing this well, and I am here with you, step by step. Now imagine you are sitting in a small cafe again, but this time you are working on something, maybe reading, writing, or studying. This is a common scene, and it helps you practice listening to background English in your mind. Listen to the description slowly first. I sit at a small table near the window. I open my notebook and a pen. Outside, people walk by, talking softly. Inside, I hear the quiet sound of the coffee machine, cups being placed on the counter, and soft music playing in the background. I take a sip of my drink and begin writing. The moment is calm and gentle. Now we'll hear the same description again, but at a more natural pace. I sit at a table near the window with my notebook. I hear the soft sounds of the cafe around me. I take a sip of my drink and begin writing, while the atmosphere stays calm and peaceful. Now shadowing. Repeat after me. I sit near the window. I open my notebook. I hear soft cafe sounds. I write calmly and slowly. Good. Keep your voice gentle. The goal is not perfect pronunciation. The goal is to feel relaxed and natural while speaking. Now let's add a short interaction inside this cafe. Listen first. A person at the table next to me looks over and says, "That looks like a nice place to work." I smile and say, "Yes, it's very peaceful here." They nod and say, "I like working in cafes too." We share a small smile and continue our tasks quietly. Now, a bit faster, natural conversation pace. Someone next to me says that the place looks nice to work in. I smile and say it's peaceful. They say they like working in cafes too. We share a small smile and return to our tasks. Now shadowing. That looks like a nice place to work. Yes, it's very peaceful here. I like working in cafes too. We continue quietly. You're doing well. Let that gentle rhythm settle in your voice. Now, we'll move into another everyday listening scene. Imagine that you are at home, folding laundry. This may seem simple, but daily routines are the strongest foundation for listening fluency because they repeat in real life. Listen first, slowly. I stand in my room and fold my clothes. I take my time. The clothes feel soft in my hands. The room is quiet, except for the sound of fabric moving. I place each folded piece neatly in a drawer. I feel calm and present. Now, at a natural speed, I stand in my room, folding clothes slowly. The room is quiet. I place each piece neatly away and feel calm. Now, shadow. I fold my clothes slowly. The room is quiet. I place each piece neatly. I feel calm and present. Good. Listening is much easier when the mind is not stressed. You are practicing presence while practicing English. Now, let's introduce a small reflection moment. This is not shadowing yet. Just listen. There are many moments in life that seem small or ordinary, but these moments can become peaceful when we notice them. Listening to English can happen during these quiet times, as you cook, as you walk, as you clean, as you breathe. Every simple moment can be a moment of learning. Now shadow slowly. Every simple moment can be a moment of learning. Learning happens in quiet spaces. I grow by listening gently. You are strengthening your listening muscles in a natural way. Next, let's imagine a scene where you are speaking to someone you trust. A close friend. The tone here is warm and soft. Listen slowly. I sit on a bench in the park with my friend. We talk quietly. I tell them about my day. They listen. They share their day with me too. We talk, we laugh softly, and we enjoy the time together. It feels safe. It feels easy. Now, at a natural pace. My friend and I sit on a bench in the park, talking quietly about our day. We listen to each other, laugh softly, and enjoy the moment. It feels calm and easy. Now shadowing. I sit with my friend. We talk quietly. We listen to each other. It feels calm and easy. Listening is also emotional. When your heart feels at ease, your ears learn better. Now, let's switch to a more active listening scene. Imagine you are out walking in the city. Listen slowly first. I walk down the sidewalk. Cars move along the street. People talk as they pass by. I hear footsteps, voices, and the low sound of engines. The city has its own rhythm. I walk calmly through the movement. Now, natural pace. I walk down the street, hearing cars, voices, and footsteps. The city moves around me, and I walk calmly through it. Now shadow. I walk down the street. I hear cars and voices. The city has its rhythm. I walk calmly. This trains you to listen even when there are many sounds. In real life, English is rarely silent. It lives in noise. Now take a deep breath. Your listening is growing. Your confidence is growing. Your calm is growing. Let's do one final listening and shadowing cycle before we close this part. Listen only. I sit quietly for a moment. I let my breath slow down. I listen to the sounds around me. I feel my body relax. I remind myself that learning takes time. I am patient. I am growing. I trust this process. Now shadow slowly. I sit quietly for a moment. I let my breath slow down. I feel my body relax. I trust the process. You are doing beautifully. You are exactly where you need to be. Before we begin this next part, take a slow breath. Place your attention gently on the sound of your breath for just a moment. You do not need to try hard. You do not need to push. You are here, listening. growing step by step. You are learning English in a natural, relaxed way. This is how real fluency develops through calm repetition and gentle exposure. Now, imagine you are preparing to go outside. Maybe you are going to run a small errand or simply take a walk. Listen to the scene slowly first. I put on my shoes by the door. I grab my keys and my bag. I open the door and step outside. The air is cool and the sky above is clear. I walk slowly down the street. I hear my footsteps on the pavement. Everything feels calm. Listen again at a natural conversational pace. I put on my shoes, take my keys and bag, and walk outside. The air is cool. I walk down the street and hear my footsteps. It feels calm and peaceful. Now, shadow. I put on my shoes. I walk outside. I hear my footsteps. I feel calm. Good. Let's continue the scene. You stop by a small convenience store. Listen first. I enter the store and look around. I only need one thing, so I head straight to the shelf. I pick up what I need and walk to the counter. The cashier says, "Hello, how are you today?" I smile and say, "I'm doing well, thank you." The cashier nods and tells me the total. I pay, thank them kindly, and step back outside. Now again, natural speed. I go into the store, pick what I need, and go to the counter. The cashier asks how I am. I smile and respond. I pay, thank them, and leave. Shadowing. "Hello, how are you today?" "I'm doing well, thank you." I pay and leave the store. I step back outside. You are doing wonderfully. You are not only hearing the language, you are feeling its rhythm, its emotional tone, its ease. Now let's practice something slightly more advanced. Listening for implied meaning, meaning that is not directly stated but understood through tone and context. Listen to the short dialogue. Just listen. "Hey, are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little tired." "Do you want to talk about it?" "Maybe later, thanks for asking." The words are simple, but the feeling is soft, caring, gentle. Now repeat it slowly. "Hey, are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little tired." "Do you want to talk about it?" "Ah, maybe later. Thanks for asking." This type of listening is emotional listening. It helps you understand English conversations in real life. Now let's shift to something lighter and joyful. Imagine you are at a small picnic with a friend. Listen first. I sit on a blanket under a tree. The sunlight is warm on my face. My friend and I share some snacks and laugh together. We talk about small things, movies, music, memories. The moment feels simple and happy. Now natural pace. I sit under a tree with a friend. We share snacks and laugh. We talk about small things and enjoy the moment. Shadowing. I sit under a tree. I share snacks with my friend. We laugh together. The moment feels happy. When you practice scenes like these, your brain begins to recognize the structure of everyday English conversations. This makes listening easier over time. Now, we will practice a slightly longer piece of listening. Just relax and listen. No repeating yet. This morning, I woke up feeling a little slow, like my mind needed a bit more time to start the day. So I made a warm cup of tea and sat by the window. I didn't rush. I didn't hurry. I just sat for a few minutes and watched the morning light fill the room. Little by little, I felt my mind wake up. I felt myself getting ready for the day in a gentle way. Now shadow slowly. I woke up feeling slow. I made a warm cup of tea. I sat by the window. I let the morning light fill the room. I felt myself wake up gently. You are allowing English to become part of your emotional memory, not just your vocabulary. Let's continue with a new everyday situation. You're on the phone scheduling an appointment. Listen first. I call the office and wait for someone to answer. A voice says, "Hello, how can I help you?" I respond, "Hi, I'd like to schedule an appointment, please." The voice says, "Of course. What day works best for you?" I think and answer, "Thursday morning would be great." The voice says, "All right, Thursday morning is available. I'll book that for you." I say, "Thank you so much." The voice replies, "You're welcome. Have a good day." I hang up and feel relieved. Now natural pace. I call to schedule an appointment. I say Thursday morning works well. They book it. I thank them and hang up. I feel relieved. Shadowing. I'd like to schedule an appointment. Thursday morning would be great. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Listening and speaking in everyday situations becomes easier the more you practice hearing these patterns. Now let's return to your breathing. This helps your listening stay open. Breathe in slowly and breathe out. You are not just learning English. You are learning how to be calm with English, to trust yourself with English, to feel at home in the language. Now let's finish this part with a peaceful listening moment. I sit by a window in the evening. The sky is quiet and blue. The day begins to slow down. I take a deep breath. I feel grateful for everything I learned today. I feel proud of myself for trying. I know that growth takes time and I am staying patient. I am on the right path. Now shadow softly. I sit by the window. I take a deep breath. I feel proud of myself. I am on the right path. You are doing beautifully. You are learning in the most natural and human way possible. Before we begin this final part, take a slow breath in and let it out gently. You have traveled through many calm, everyday scenes. You have listened, shadowed, repeated, understood, and relaxed into the flow of English. Your listening skills are growing quietly and steadily. Even if the progress feels soft or invisible, it is happening. Your brain is learning to recognize English tones, rhythms, and patterns. And most importantly, you are learning to trust yourself. Now let's continue with another everyday listening scene. Imagine you are cooking something simple in your kitchen. Listen first, slowly. I stand in the kitchen and prepare a small meal. I wash some vegetables under cool running water. I hear the soft sound of the water. I cut the vegetables slowly and carefully. I heat a pan and listen to the gentle sizzle when the food touches the heat. I move calmly, step by step. The kitchen fills with warm smells. I feel peaceful and present. Now listen again at a natural pace. I'm in the kitchen making a small meal. I wash and cut vegetables and cook them slowly. I hear the soft sounds and smell the warm air. I feel calm and present. Now, shadow. I stand in the kitchen. I wash the vegetables. I cook slowly and calmly. I feel peaceful and present. Good. You are learning to listen with your whole awareness, not just your ears. Now imagine you are sitting outside on a comfortable bench, maybe in a garden, maybe near your home, maybe in a quiet public space. The air is gentle. The sounds are soft. Listen slowly. I sit outside and let the sunlight touch my face. The air is fresh and cool. I listen to birds singing somewhere above. I watch the leaves move slowly in the breeze. I take a deep breath and let my body relax. I am here. I am in this moment. Now natural pace. I sit outside in the sunlight. I listen to birds and watch the leaves move. I breathe deeply and relax. Now, Shadow. I sit outside in the sunlight. I listen to the birds. I watch the leaves move. I breathe and relax. Listening is also noticing stillness. When your mind is calm, your ears hear more clearly. Now let's practice a slightly longer scene with natural pacing. Just listen first, no repeating yet. This evening I decided to take a short walk around my neighborhood. The sky was a deep blue and the air felt cool. I walked slowly with no hurry. I listened to the quiet sounds around me. A dog barking in the distance, the soft rustle of leaves, the low hum of a car passing by. I felt grounded, steady, and at peace. I was simply living the moment without rushing anywhere. I realized that these small moments are sometimes the most meaningful. Now, Shadow, slowly. I take a short walk in the evening. I listen to quiet sounds around me. I feel grounded and peaceful. I enjoy the small moment. You are allowing English to become part of your inner world, something familiar, comfortable, natural. Now imagine you are speaking with someone in a gentle conversation. Listening also requires confidence in responding. Listen first. My friend calls me and says, "Hey, I just wanted to check in. How are you doing?" I pause and think about how I feel. I say, "I'm doing all right. I'm taking things one day at a time. How about you?" My friend says, "Same, just trying to take care of myself." We talk for a little while. The conversation is soft, kind, and supportive. Now, natural pace. My friend calls and asks how I am. I say I'm taking things one day at a time. They say they're doing the same. We talk gently and support each other. Now, Shadow. "Hey, how are you doing?" "I'm taking things one day at a time. Just trying to take care of myself." We support each other. This type of listening helps you understand real-life emotional English. You don't need complicated vocabulary to connect with another person. You need presence, warmth, and kindness. Now, let's reflect together. Listening in English is not always about understanding every word. It is about letting your ears become familiar with patterns. You hear certain sentence shapes again and again. You notice the rise and fall of voices. You begin to understand meaning through tone and rhythm. Over time, your brain will speed up automatically. You will understand faster. You will speak more naturally. You will respond with ease. But this happens only when you practice gently, like you are doing now. Now imagine you are resting after a long day. I sit down and let my body relax. I take a slow breath. I feel the chair supporting me. I notice the calm inside me. I allow myself to rest. I don't rush. I don't pressure myself. I let this moment be calm. Now, Shadow. I let my body relax. I take a slow breath. I allow myself to rest. I let this moment be calm. You are doing beautifully, and now we come to the end of this lesson. But your practice continues. Every time you listen, even to simple English, you are improving. Every time you repeat gently, your mouth becomes more familiar with English rhythm. Every time you allow yourself to be patient, your confidence grows. You are learning in the most natural and effective way, through calm presence, daily practice, and kindness to yourself. You have done amazing work today, truly. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for practicing. And thank you for trusting yourself. I am proud of you. Keep going. Keep practicing. Keep being gentle with yourself. You are improving every single day. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss future lessons. And I'll see you again in the next one. Take care and keep practicing.